Book 7 is upon us, and we head into Feh Channel to introduce what's coming up in Fire Emblem Heroes. There are some pretty neat additions coming to the game. I'm going to try and keep this one short because stay tuned, we got a whole bunch of videos coming for this week. The book cinematic is now available, and we were introduced to 3 new characters. Our main new hero joining the Asker crew is Seiðr, a goddess of Vanaheimr, which is the realm of light. Next is Seiðr, who is apparently a little sister-like figure to Seiðr. In the cinematic, Seiðr is consumed or corrupted by a gold-colored substance. Seems like we're going to have to save her first in the main story. The one who seems to control this substance is Gulveig, who appears to be our big bad for the book. Will she be the actual end boss? I guess we'll have to see. Gulveig seems to have some control over time as we see her turn back the clock to dodge Alphonse and the summoner's attacks. She then Thanoses them into dust or perhaps sand to match a Sands of Time type theme. In the end though, it seems like Seiðr is able to save our main crew, so perhaps there's multiple time controlling shenanigans going on. Heck, why not bring Byleth and Sildis to the party? As the summoner is getting saved by Seiðr, we do get a vision of a 4th new character, unnamed though. The horns are a bit reminiscent of Freya. Now interestingly, to get your free Seiðr, you have to complete chapter 13 of book 7. Even if it's a little thing, I love when game story and mechanics tie together. It would appear that since we're doing some time warping stuff in the story, we're not getting chapters in order. The update notification states we'll first get chapter 5 and 13. Feh doesn't largely focus on the main story that much, but this is a neat little change up. Hopefully it works out well. To celebrate book 7, we have some rewards and events going on. From the login bonus, you can get up to 700 heroic grails, very nice. From quest, we have a bunch of 7s going on, and I believe if you with the login bonus, you'll end up with 1400 divine codes part 3 overall. That's a lot. Perhaps a big reward for some of you are the 7,000 arena medals. In 8th of raids, we also have an assortment of special structures for book 7 to earn. Last up, a new free book 7 castle design is also now available. Moving on to the next banner, we actually have full details thanks to the data mine, but I will not be covering everything in this video. I will do a full breakdown later on, but let's quickly go through everyone coming. First up is Caeldori, the daughter of Tsubaki, and a bit familiar to another red-haired Pegasus Knight from Awakening. She is quite fast with a good balance of defense and res. Her Prodigy Polearm accelerates specials, grants a general stat boost, and has full no follow-up. That's very nice on a flyer. It also inflicts attack and defense debuffs that scale with Caeldori's speed and stat checks the enemy. It's really weird, but it has a minimum of 10% of her speed inflicted as debuffs. She has attack and speed catch 4 and the no attack and speed hold C skill. The demote for the banner is going to be Dwyer. That means we'll have 3 infantry healer demotes in a row, and just like the last 2, gameplay wise, that is extremely boring. The only thing that makes Dwyer any different than Elise or Nina is stats. He has the highest base res and fills a sort of middle ground for everything else. He has a new inheritable Aid Plus staff, which is just the staff of 12 from Crusader Nana. He does have more interesting passives at least. The attack and res 8th raid's defense skill was only on Picnic Floor beforehand. Speed Tactic is also now on a demoted unit instead of you need to use a heroic grow option. Next up, we have another rearmed hero, and this time it's Ophelia. She can't get a refine, so she decided to go loot Emblem's body. I mean, the eye patch, the wings on her back, even her headpiece is similar, or a similar pattern to Emblem's red halo. She even has red highlights to go with her black and yellow outfit. In her rearmed form, Ophelia is now a red infantry mage, which means the red rearmed tome is real. Thank God. The Arcane Eclipse has accelerated specials, quicken pulse, plus 5 tall stats, free follow-up attack, and neutralizes attack debuffs. Not bad at all, very offensive weapon. It doesn't give Ophelia as much cooldown as her Mistletoe, but she has times pulse to pre-charge Luna. She has attack and res finish for extra damage, and after combat, Special Spiral 4 kicks in. Ophelia was and still is one of my favorite special spammers. She can run the AoE Special Spiral build very well, so she brings the tier 4. It now adds plus 5 damage on special procs and ignores non-special damage reduction skills, same as young Innis. Now, that is spicy. There is a lot of competition in the B slot, but if you have the room, this does open a door for non-lethality or Deadeye specials for infantry and armor units. With this in the game, a mage-only special might not happen for a while now, so Veronica probably lucked out, but there are some deadly infantry mages who may want this skill. Off the top of my head, Ascended Ishtar and Brave Lysithea would have refine. I'm sure there's a lot of builds to be had with Special Spiral 4. Last up, as expected, Seiðr joins the banner as an Astral Mythic, and I believe will be on the Legendary or Mythic banner at the end of the month too. She's a green mage cavalier with a high attack and res, average speed, garbage defense, Pretty simple unit though. She activates specials, plus 5 to all stats, free follow up, and 20% of her res as true damage per hit. Her tome also emits a 2-space buff that gives follow up denial to herself and allies. For her C skill, it's kinda weird. Basically, it ends the turn of the closest foe in line with Seiðr when enemy phase starts. However, this only works on odd turns, and you need to win a res check that scale is higher the farther away Seiðr is from the enemy. You can move closer first, since this activates on the enemy phase, but in Aether raids, that won't stop a dancer from just refreshing the ally you stop. In theory, you can stop multiple allies from acting, but this certainly requires a lot more planning. She'll be fine as a freebie unit for general content, but to truly use her C skill, that's a different story. Now, the book 7 banner starts not on the next reset, but the one after. We have a little bit of time to talk about some other updates first. Since Seiðr takes up a spot, we are getting a free 2 copies of Kiragi at 5 stars. Like his dad, he'll be a free unit, but Kiragi should demote after the banner is over. If you just want more copies of him, you're going to need to wait a little bit before he's available. As a unit, Kiragi looks like a pretty solid demote. You're going to have to RNG your way through 3 more healers though. He has pretty high speed and defense for an infantry archer, and he comes with the Unbound Bow and Swiss Sparrow. To me, he seems like the next Norn in terms of demoted archers. Pretty dang good option if you're looking for high speed, but he focuses more on defense than res. If you like him, keep an eye out for a future arcane bow. As for the Grand Hero Battle unit, we have Hans. I don't know why, but Hans is kinda cracked for a free unit. Last year we started off strong with Yen Fei, so hopefully Hans sets the tone for book 7 Grand Hero Battles. He has very high attack with decent speed and good HP and defense at the cost of resistance. He has a unique axe that grants more attack and speed, grants a free follow-up attack, has 40% DR for 1 hit, and he empowers his next counterattack based off the damage he reduced. Huh? What? I was wondering how his Dragon Fang did almost 50 damage in the trailer, but getting Ice Mirror empowered counterattacks would explain why. We just got Female Shez as our next super speedy axe infantry demote, but Hans is not bad at all. He isn't as fast, but a free follow-up attack could free him up from using no follow-up skills. What a surprise for sure. We're gonna have a lot of fun talking about him more later on. Moving on, we haven't even discussed some of the more interesting news of this Feh channel, so let's start with some new features in Update 7.0. First up, various new Aether raid additions. We got new accessories, plus you can farm potatoes and mushrooms, which means more recipes. Next, we have an insane addition to the game, but it is not free. In Binding Worlds, they are adding the ability to recruit any of the units you use in the event as a Forma unit. You will need a new item called the Otherworld Bond, and this is only available through an orb pack deal like Forma Sows. Not final, but in the data mines, this bond costs around $55 US, and you get 123 orbs on the side. It is not cheap at all, but perhaps this is also why they're making the Forma Sow pack slightly cheaper. I'm going to doubt we end up getting free Otherworld bonds. However, in the event you do end up with one, there are some rules you need to know about them before using it. First off, you can only use 1 bond per event. Choose carefully, it's not like Hall of Forms where you can buy all 4 if you want. Like Forma units, you're gonna get them at 5 stars, level 40, no merges, and you don't keep any sacred seals, of course. However, unlike Forma units, you're gonna get the boons and banes of the unit. If they have ascended traits, however, you need to regain those yourself. Also, unlike Hall of Forms, you get the unit at maxed out Dragon Flowers, whatever is the highest potential at the time. That's pretty crazy, especially if you're gonna get an infantry unit. The last major rule is that you can only choose units up to update 4.11. That means anything post book 5 is off limits for now. So overall, this is pretty absurd. If you have a friend with a super fun unit with all kinds of premium skills, you could potentially buy them for yourself. Obviously, they're not going to be merged up, but maybe you can get a rare seasonal unit or something, just anyone you like. For high spenders, you could also treat this as a method to buy merges for rarer units. Like say I want to merge Legendary Veronica. Every single Binding Worlds event, you could just pick up another Veronica Forma and merge them together. Same idea as the Hall of Form events that get reruns. Again, this is not a cheap feature and you need to use the unit in Binding Worlds itself. We're also limited to older units only, at least for now. Regardless, it's kind of crazy. To spread the love and to get more units to recruit, the friend cap is also going to go up to 200. If you aren't sending friend requests out, just hit up random people. It's always fun to use their units in other game modes like Grand Conquest. If you don't want to spend money, there is another neat feature available for everyone. Well, first up in Arena, they're changing the Asker Trio bonus spot to any unit from a specific version, similar to Aether Raid's Chaos Seasons. I think this will only happen in certain weeks. Unfortunately, there was no upgrades for our Asker crew. If arena score is not a huge concern for you, starting with the next reset, with 100% you just want to play and get that 5-win streak. There is a new reward at the end, and it's a special first summon ticket. I'm pretty sure you can just queue up 5 beginner matches and you're going to get the ticket. You can earn 1 ticket every week. This ticket is used for a special banner that only contains 4-star special raid units, aka the older retired 5-star units. The update notification confirmed this is only old 5-stars, which is a nice feature. Sure, you're not going to get guaranteed anything good, but 1 chance a week is better than nothing, and that's 50 plus 5-stars a year. You can only use 1 ticket at a time, and the color circle is random as usual. I don't think there's a reason to save the tickets either, because I'm pretty sure the banner is going to reset whenever the next demote patch comes in. As a reminder, the current 4-star special raid pool goes up to year 4. That means no CYO4 units just yet, but there are some units from the start of book 4. Book 4 and year 4 are not exactly the same. Considering you just need to win 5 arena matches in a row, and I'm pretty sure you can just do beginner matches, this is a very good addition to the game. Does it mean you're going to plus 10 Brave Hector or any of those order units quickly? No, probably not. Some of you may never get those units, some people may get multiple in back-to-back weeks. It's all RNG. As usual, if you want merges, your best bet is to follow the weekly revival banner schedule. That will be it for this video. Be sure to complete all the book 7 events and quests once that is out and get your free Seiðr. Start doing arena even if you aren't a hardcore fan of it, just to get those tickets, and we have another banner, this time with a Rearmed red tome. Personally, I am now in an awful spot for summoning. I want Ophelia's tome for my No, who has been collecting dust forever. I also still need to summon for Veronica and Emblem, and previously I was thinking of sparking the Ascendant banner too, but I might need to give up on that unless I get enough orbs. The wallet, definitely probably not safe this winter. Let me know your thoughts on the Fire Emblem Heroes news and prepare for more videos coming shortly. I will be covering the next batch of refines, the full breakdown of the new banner, and we gotta talk more about Hans. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.